What's up, y'all? How you doing? Today we're gonna figure out how to get to the Altus Plateau this secret way. First we had to hit up Melania because she had to tell us her origin story, and then we just dashed around the Altus Plateau. It's so beautiful like fall. Before heading to the secret passageway, we just scampered around behind Karya Manor. Also, why are there so many wolves behind Karya Manor? Like, come here, Wolfie. Which reminds me, I really need to watch Wolf of Wall Street. I haven't seen it in a couple years. I'm sorry, PETA. So this area is full of wolves and also secret little magicians that pop up everywhere. So just, you've been warned. I think I'm gonna watch Wolf of Wall Street later on. I did go shopping at Steve Madden the other day for wedding shoes. Alright, so we're perusing the area. If I do remember correct, there's a couple minor bosses in the area. I'm literally just looking for them. I think there's an Everjool and a wolf. Well, this is pretty embarrassing, but I found the wolf. All right. Finally, I did redeem myself. It was just pretty ridiculous, and it's because I kept panic rolling. All right, next stop had to be the Everjool, of course. Okay, maybe I'm odd, but these Everjools are so pretty. The prettiest purple. If you watch my old videos, you probably heard me say that I love when Elden Ring brings back old bosses. I'm pretty sure this guy is in Lucaria. I'm pretty sure he's in the hidden elevator area well, it's the elevator puzzle area in Lucaria. That's actually a pretty good attack. I kind of want that. It reminds me of Radahn's. This other attack that he does with like the shooting comets is pretty sick too. You know, maybe this guy studied under Radahn. I get so lucky that he misses right here. You know, gravity magic looks so cool, too bad it's super weak. So I was being a little greedy here, but thankfully I dodged it barely. Dodged again. Got him. Oh, almost. Oh, I dodged that barely. Got him. Goodbye. Alright, and we got one of his meteorite gravity attacks. Alright, and now we're searching for our next victim. Now we're gonna go to this super secret passage in Lake of Lernia. It's kind of at the end of it. We're gonna grab something very special very quick. I don't know if any of you follow Game of Thrones, but I am so excited for that Hedge Knight series of Sir Duncan. Like, it looks pretty good. Hopefully it's better than House of Dragon. Like, I like House of Dragon. I would give it a B+, but it's not Game of Thrones, let's be real. So after grabbing that side of grace, we're going to shimmy up this ladder. We're kind of in the crevasse of Lake of Lernia. It's a little hidden area at the edge of the lake. So we're just going to be climbing up the ladder to the secret passage. I'm really excited tomorrow because I'm watching Tron Ares. I heard pretty decent things. I'm probably going to give it a B+, I think. So since this area is in Lernia, of course, they're mining crystals again. There's a lot of smithing stones in this cave, and it's a lot of blunt force. What I really like about Elden Ring is, like, it's the small details. Like, if you're listening really closely, you can hear, like, the workers mining on the other side for a secret path, you know, so it's pretty interesting and it's really exciting to find a new hidden area. A secret to my build is that I actually have poison resistance in part of my arsenal. See, so this is the show that I'm talking about. It's supposed to release in January. I'm pretty excited about it. It's about Sir Duncan and his squire. I think his squire is called Egg. I hope HBO Max redeems himself for that last season of Game of Thrones, because that last season was awful. It was like, I would probably give it like a 75. The thing about this little cave is that it's super easy to get lost in because there's so many different areas that you can go to. Like, I'm pretty sure I just missed a secret area. So I actually changed my weapon because these enemies aren't really easy to delete with my swords. I had to hit them like 7 times, so that's why I changed to like a blunt force weapon instead. I don't know why, but this particular enemy was super hard to delete. I had to hit him like 8 times. Once again, I do have a small bit of magic in my build to delete poison. Okay, so found another side of grace. Honestly, I think we're like halfway through this secret tunnel, but we still got a ways to go. So this cave area has so many bats, and including like mama bat and grandma bat too. It's pretty difficult and it's really easy to fall off the edge too. So as you're running through these caves, there are the occasional miners too, they're kind of annoying because I already switched back to swords. Okay, so we're approaching the area that gets tedious because there's mama bat, grandma bat, and all the little baby bats hanging out right here. There's so many bats and they got me so good, but luckily I was able to fight them off. So what gets me with these bats is the timing. They're kind of difficult, but these were some pretty good hits that I got in. Okay, so you know how I was talking about Grandma Bat? Well, we just ran into her. And they pulled up on me and they got me real good. So here I am respawning and thinking about all the mistakes that I just made and how I regret them. You know, Grandma Bat, she's over there hiding in the tent, but she can't escape me. She cannot. Alright, and here we are grabbing all the smithing stones so we can level up our weapon. So I'm finally at the very top of our ascent, found a lost grace, and now we have a boss. The boss is the magma worm. We've fought a couple iterations of this boss before. It's pretty straightforward. The worm Makar, he's pretty easy. I think that the most difficult part is my endurance because it keeps getting depleted and I have to wait in between hits. Got a couple pretty good hits in, but I think he's pretty aggro by my partner over there. Once again, the reason why it's taking so long for me to defeat him is actually because of the endurance. I would say that's the main boss in this battle, but he has a pretty sick weapon as well. So enemy defeated and finally a lost grace discovered. And now we're back on the Altus Plateau. Did I necessarily have to do that run? Not really, but it's always fun. So this cave is a little bit hidden. It's one of the Deathroot caves, and it's like you fight against all these skeletons. It's pretty fun. It's one of my favorite caves. There is a puzzle to solve this tunnel, and it took me a while to figure it out. So interesting, there's actually 2 bosses in this cave. One's totally optional, but they're both fun. Also, this final boss is super annoying. You've probably fought something like this before though. Went to Radahn's castle and learned some manners, most important, how to politely bow. Alright, yada yada yada, he's announcing that we're going to be fighting Radahn, but why is Radahn's cutscene so epic? It's by far the best one out of all the demigods. So before the battle started, I wanted to just like run around the castle and grab whatever I could before we started the fight, because it's gonna be epic. Okay, so the most difficult part about Radahn is that he closes the distance really, really well, and he's super fast even though he's gigantic. He looks like Ganondorf. Also, this is my first run, and it's pretty pitiful. Okay, so I think this is my second run. I had some pretty epic dodges at the beginning, but then he just hit me so hard. This is so bad. I couldn't even get close to him. Honestly, I just felt so embarrassed watching this. Oh my gosh, he just sat on me basically. Like, oh, it's embarrassing. So I had a couple pretty good tries. It's just I haven't played him in so long, and his gravity magic is so powerful when like Astel's is so weak and it's pretty hard to dodge here. Okay, after getting pretty close to almost deleting him, I just had 2 runs that were terrible. Please tell me why I get worse as I continue to play against him. So I called it a day. Okay, so next episode I'm going to pick up where we left off, and I'll let you know how Tron Ares goes. I'm watching it tonight. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can just definitely leave a comment on this video, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.